4. Two, 3, 4. Hey everyone, Tony Winston here, Jazz Piano College. I'm going to cover a very common jazz progression, the 2-5-1, and just different ways we can improvise on it. And I was inspired by a chapter in this book by Scott Reeves, Creative Jazz Improvisation. I've reprinted 3 pages of some lines that you could play over a 2-5-1. And let's take a look at some of the things on the page here. We've got the basic scales. Now, let me elaborate a little bit on this. They're all the C major scale. We can call them by different modes, Dorian mode, Mixolydian mode, but it's easier just to think about C major scale for all 3 chords. But when you're playing on these scales, it's very possible to put in some chromatic tones, passing tones, or neighbor tones, whatever you want to call them. So there on D minor, if you just jam on D minor for a few minutes, you can bounce around between those black keys and chord tones. You can go right through a bunch of black keys. You can kind of surround a note that you're going for. That's called an enclosure. So there's a lot you can do. Still just thinking about that C major scale, just by throwing in some chromatic notes. Same way on the 5 chord. Like that, you could throw that in. All right, and on the major chord, we could put the flat 6 into that, or any other black key really, if we just go through it smoothly. But this is a scale called the Bebop scale. And you could use it on all 3 chords. Okay. In my early 20s, I was in a top 40 band that played up at the Concord Hotel in New York, up in Kiamisha Lake. I don't think it's there anymore, but there was 8 bands up there, and we would spend 10 weeks up there in the summertime. And I was in one of the top 40 bands that worked in the main bar. There was another band that played there, and there was a band by the pool, and there was a band for the older folks that did these dances, and there was a band in the restaurant. But every single keyboard player was better than I was. And I learned a lot from those players, especially this one guy who had a notebook filled with things to play on a 2-5-1 in the key of C. And he would just write out these lines and then practice them. Lots of lines that were similar to things like that, using triplets and using swing 8th notes. And we're going to get into some of that. Okay, let's run down this list here. We've got a Woody Shaw pattern here. Okay, so there was an interesting thing going on there on G7th. All right, just passing through a chromatic tone. And notice we end on the major 7th and also end a half a beat before the C chord comes in. So that's a very useful thing to do. Think 8th notes all the way. But end on the and of 4, or the last 8th note of the measure. Okay, let's take a look at Clifford Brown's line. All right, now this one ended right on the beat there, but look at what happened on the D minor. And this is a kind of a part of the jazz vocabulary. Minor chord. David Baker referred to this as Kesh, which stands for contrapuntal elaboration of static harmony. But like anything else, that's just a term designed to intimidate you. All it means is you're taking one of the notes of the chord and kind of moving it chromatically. You can do it with the root, you can do it with the 5th, like that. But here we got like that. And that's just part of the jazz vocabulary. So you want to make up some of your own lines. All right, now I'm using some other tricks as well, but you're getting the idea of what to do. All right, it's a very nice line by Clifford Brown. Sonny Rollins. Try it again. All right, so we've got like a chord arpeggio. All right, we're doing the D minor. With the 9 on there, so knowing the extensions that work on various chords is going to help you, and there's a lot of them on the dominant chord. And there we anticipated that G7, and anticipate it with the chord too. All right, play that chord on the and of 4, and same there. Okay, and notice the nice rhythmic ideas there. All right. Tom Harrell, good trumpet player. I must have missed something there. Now, notice on the G7th, I'm just playing the root in the 7th. I could have put in the 3rd, but a lot of times just the root in the 7th will do it for you, especially if you're careful to play the 3rd someplace in the solo, and let's see if that actually happens. So, not really until it gets to the C, but it still worked, didn't it? All right, this one's pretty interesting. All right, so I like a little chromatic note going into the G7, and then this is called an enclosure. See, we took that note and we enclosed it with a couple of chromatic notes. It can be done different ways, but. And there, we're saying, well, the A flat doesn't really fit, but yeah, it does. If you're thinking about the Bebop scale. All right, we've got Charlie Parker. All right, so what happened here? We got a chromatic pickup note, triplet, just outlining the chord. And we're kind of getting to the G7 like a little bit ahead of time right there. Some more chromatic stuff. And then just, the C major scale, which is going to work just fine, like I said, on all 3 chords. So you just do the major scale, or let's do what's written here. Okay, and notice I played the G7 a half a beat early. You don't have to, but it's a good idea. All right, now here, once again, we're using that chromatic idea on the D minor 7th. All right, and here we're going from the 3rd of G7 up to the sharp 9 and then the flat 9. And there's a very common thing of using the 3rd and the flat 9 as part of your line in G7, like that. See, 3rd up to this flat 9, and it can be done a lot of ways. You can go right for it, All right, last one, I think. And this one kind of went on past the C major 7th chord, and that's an idea too that you can do, is don't always stop right there on the C major or half a beat ahead of time, like I said previously. Go ahead and play through it. So. Yeah, a lot of times you'll just have 2 5s without the 1. It'll go 2 5 and then another 2 5 someplace and then another 2 5, and that's a very common thing in jazz too. So just knowing how to play over a 2 5 and another 2 5 and another 2 5 and then the 1. So something like. So something like that, okay? A little slower. So here is a 2-5 in the key of D, so I'm playing D major scale. Here's a 2-5 in D flat, and then one in the key of C. All right, so let me do all that again. All right, I'm just using the major scales there, and notice that, because the chords are kind of hip sounding and interesting, that the lines come out fairly interesting using just major scales. All right. And I do appreciate you all watching. So anyway, I will see you again soon, and take care, everyone.